Just a witch here and there. Mostly it's a lot of scrubbing and scouring and sweeping.
We were so excited when you got a chance to go to Auradon, Dizzy. We just knew that Evie had to pick you. After all, you are practically her little sister.
I can't believe I get to live with you in your very own castle!
You might have spent most of Descendants 3 under a sleeping spell, but there is a lot more to you than meets the eye. And we are here to clear up all the reasons you're such an awesome character. Dizzy Tremaine is one of the newest VKs in Auradon. Check out these theories and connections that no one realized about Dizzy. Family business. When we first meet Dizzy in Descendants 2, she works in her grandmother's salon. We don't meet Lady Tremaine until the third movie, but she seems to treat Dizzy a lot like she treated Cinderella. Dizzy is responsible for doing all the cleaning, and she gets yelled at too. But her relationship with her grandmother is way more complicated than that. We don't get to see a lot of interaction between them, but here's what we know from Descendants 3. It seems like Lady Tremaine is the main parental figure to Dizzy. Dizzy's mom is Drizella and her aunt is Anastasia. But we never see Cinderella's two wicked stepsisters. When Dizzy is ready to leave the aisle, her mom and aunt are nowhere to be seen. But her grandmother is there to say goodbye to her. Lady Tremaine is super strict, but Dizzy loves her. She gives her a big hug. This family obviously doesn't like to show affection. Lady Tremaine is totally taken aback by the gesture. Their relationship may not be perfect, but there is definitely love there. But why don't we see Drizella? Well, let's be honest, Drizella is not cut out to raise a kid. Don't you remember how childish and awful she was in Cinderella? Lady Tremaine has raised two daughters, so she's the obvious choice when it comes to raising Dizzy. Dizzy is also related to someone from Auradon. They don't mention this in the movie, so you might not have noticed. But Dizzy is related to Chad Charming. Dizzy's mom, Drizella, was the stepsister of Cinderella. Chad is the son of Prince Charming and Cinderella. That means that Chad and Dizzy are cousins. Well, technically they're step-cousins, but there are lots of blended families that don't make that distinction. Dizzy acts more like the sweet Cinderella we know and love. And Chad is so spoiled, he acts more like Drizella did. These two should have switched parents. We bet that Dizzy and Chad will connect, and Cinderella will be the awesome aunt that Dizzy deserves. The next Evie.
I would like to begin with the granddaughter of Lady Tremaine.
Each of the core four got to pick the next generation of VKs to come to Auradon. Our original villain kids are just about done with school. They picked kids that really resonated with them. Jay and Carlos picked Squeaky and Squirmy because no one expected much from those boys. No one ever expected much from Carlos and Jay either. But they believe in the Smead twins. Mal picked Celia because she's the baddest kid on the aisle. And Evie picked Dizzy because they're so similar. They're definitely the sweetest of the villain kids. They see the good in people, and being mean just doesn't come naturally to them. Dizzy is also a fashionista, just like Evie. Evie brought her fashion design skills to Auradon Prep. Dizzy will bring her awesome salon skills. We expect to see some awesome hairstyles at the school now, no magic needed. She's also talented at making accessories like Evie's tiara from Descendants 2. Evie respects Dizzy's talents. We think these two will end up in business together after Dizzy graduates. Evie loves Dizzy, they're just like sisters. Dizzy's mom got to grow up with a sister, but Dizzy is an only child, and she didn't get a lot of affection at home. But she did from Evie. Evie was the person who believed in Dizzy. She was always quick to hug her and encourage her. Evie wanted Dizzy in Auradon because she knows she belongs there. She's smart and kind and talented, and now Dizzy can be the cool, loving older sister to the Smead twins and other VKs. Why Dizzy didn't fight. After meeting Dizzy in the second movie, we expected her to have a much bigger role in Descendants 3, but we really didn't get to see too much of her. Mal tells her to stay with the twins. Dizzy, Squeaky, and Squirmy all fall under Audrey's sleeping spell, so why didn't Dizzy fight? She might be like Evie in a lot of ways, but there is one important difference. Dizzy doesn't know how to fight. Most of the villain kids learned how to fight from their parents, but Dizzy's family wasn't particularly skilled in combat or savvy in magic. Dizzy didn't have anyone tough to show her the ropes. If Dizzy had gone to the aisle with Mal, Celia, and the rest, she wouldn't have fallen under the sleeping spell, but she would have been in way more danger.
Dizzy, stay here to take care of the twins. We'll be right back and everything will be just fine. Go inside.
Mal and Evie wanted to protect her, and Dizzy wasn't even upset about it. You don't have to be tough to be a VK. Dizzy just knows that she has her strengths. She's responsible and caring. Still, part of us wishes that Dizzy had been a more prominent figure in Descendants 3. Do you think Dizzy made the right choice by staying in Auradon? Or could she have helped the VKs throughout their quest? Tell us in the comments, and be sure to tell us what you love about Dizzy while you're at it. Thank you for tuning in. Give this video a big thumbs up and subscribe to The Things for more great content. We'll catch you next time.